I'm absolutely delighted to be able to introduce this film, which is an opportunity for us to celebrate and recognise the work that's being done by a whole army of very special people. They're volunteers, the hundreds of people who are making a genuine difference and a real contribution to the lives of so many people who live in Tavistock and the surrounding area. So this is a film to celebrate what they do, but also for us to be able to say thank you, because you really are doing a great job.
Sam Ferguson, that's my name.
Linda Hitchcock.
My name is Peter Chalice.
My name is Desmond Blewett.
I'm Linda Elliott.
My name's Eric Pinch.
My name is Joanna Lay.
Chloe Fair. Emily James.
David Jones.
I'm Kate Royston.
I'm Sue Hepworth.
My name is Peter Walsh.
I'm Stephen Gray.
Hello, my name's Steve Hipsey.
Tavistock Task Force.
Tavistock Scrap Store.
Tavistock and District Outdoor Education Forum.
I'm a volunteer driver for Tavistock Area Support Services.
I volunteer for Street Pastors.
And I come from Tavistock Museum.
I'm a volunteer for the Tavistock Physically Challenged Group.
I volunteer for Tidy Tabby.
Transition Tavistock and Tamar Energy Community.
Roots to Transition, but we also have a pet name which is Tasty Taffy.
I'm a driver with the Tavistock Country Bus.
I'm the chair of Tavistock-based Stanley Brass Band.
The Youth Cafe!
Driving a 16-seater Mercedes Sprinter bus.
We do outdoor activities for young people locally.
I'm one of the 3 organisers that try and get the volunteers out to pick litter.
So I coordinate Transition Tavistock and Tamar Energy Community.
We'll do kayaking locally, we'll do caving.
I love sewing and I love passing on the skills that I've learnt over the years.
And I take people to hospital for medical appointments.
10 tours, walks.
What my job is stirring up our volunteers to come out on a certain day every week, if possible, to basically get down and weed and tend to our vegetables and our plants.
My role is to involve people in music.
I do most things like sorting out the programme. For lunch, we meet twice a month for lunch or nice chats.
Build walls, I do some building work.
Well, we go out, go out on patrol, 4 of us at a time, on a Friday and a Saturday, from around about 10 o'clock until roughly 2 o'clock.
We also run a walk called Abbott's Way Walk.
I actually do quite a lot at the museum. I'm on the trustee. I'm also on the management committee, and I actually, as well as volunteering myself as a steward, I take on new stewards. I'm always looking for new stewards.
Canoeing, climbing.
And I fundraise for them as well. So we've recently got lots of money.
Litter picking I do as well.
Encourage players, either new or experienced, to come along.
Last week we were doing brownies, abseiling outside Whitchurch.
We kind of all just, I don't know, sort of like plan out what events and like things like that the Youth Cafe are going to have.
And that, keeps me busy.
Good to do, important to do and good to do.
Well, it feels that I really am giving something to somebody that really does need help.
I get quite excited actually, especially when someone who's come, who hasn't sewn, and they've made a garment and are thrilled that they've made it. That's really, gives me great pleasure.
With me, it's like a bit of a payback, because I've been the other side of the street, I've been the other side of the fence,
It's something that gets you outside. You see the youngsters develop and mature, as I say, and when they come back to help, it's really very good.
When I was diagnosed with MS when my daughter was born 12 years ago, I was a paid fundraiser before that, so being a volunteer fundraiser made sense.
I think it's good to do, as well as it being good in your CV. I think it's good. It's a good sort of like thing to do for other people as well as yourself, because it's voluntary and it's just helping out other people, and yeah, I think it's good.
I get a huge buzz.
It's a great feeling of satisfaction, and it's surprising how many people do come along, and they kind of get hooked in a way. It's really rather gratifying. Good walk as well, bit of exercise, and it gives you a good feeling that you're actually doing something useful for the community.
Well, I think it's really important to be connected with your community.
Because you do meet very nice people, kind, friendly, interesting people.
People you wouldn't normally meet in your normal life. And at the museum, we get people from all over the world. Some people coming to research their family, and it's just so interesting. It really is. I love it.
And helping other people at the Tavistock Youth Cafe.
I'm in my space when I'm out there working with people.
It's almost a sort of social service in the fact that you're bringing people together on a bus and taking them somewhere which they're going to actually enjoy and be out of their houses.
I find it very satisfying. Great fun, very enjoyable. We all get it wrong, we all make mistakes.
I just get a lot from supporting other people and working with other people, and providing a space within local matters, for example, for people just to drop in and have a chat if they want to.
Creative mind, I suppose. I see what can be done with rubbish, so to speak.
Get a lot of talking done. We do eat a lot of cake sometimes, and drink our coffee.
I get quite excited actually, especially when someone who's come, who hasn't sewn, and they've made a garment and are thrilled that they've made it. That's really, gives me great pleasure.
Just a great well-being. Just a great well-being, isn't it?
I can't really put it any other way. It's just something that makes you feel very, very good.
Makes you cry your eyes out.
Are those happy to you?
Oh yes, oh very much, yes.
You feel as though you've got something that you've achieved something from the day.
I like to think I give my time, commitment and encouragement willingly, with nothing in return apart from a buzz.
Yeah, it makes me feel good that I'm helping others.
I'm doing something worthwhile for me, and for others as well.
I suppose in a way, because you know you don't have to do it. So there's none of this Monday morning feeling. What you get is a feeling of, it's more like a hobby in a way, because it's something that you're passionate about, otherwise you wouldn't have done it.
Happy and good inside.
Quite wonderful, quite wonderful. The number of people that do voluntary work. I don't know what Tavistock would do without them, really. Really, I don't.
And it's been a godsend to me, because after I lost a wife, sitting indoors, looking out the window, I needed to get out, because I'm not one to be sitting around, and I'd like to be doing something, and I thought this was really, really good thing to do, and I've enjoyed every moment of it.